Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Friday, August 5th, 2022. Today I'm going to recap yesterday's Major League Baseball and Wnba games, look ahead to tonight and the weekend's games in each sport. Same for Major League Soccer. We have the NFL Hall of Fame game to talk about. We'll go over the current leaderboard at the Wyndham Championship. We have two NASCAR races this weekend from Michigan, Xfinity and Cup. News and notes and best bet. We'll start with Major League Baseball. We'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to the games coming up. Pirates over the Brewers 5-4-10 on a walk-off wild pitch as Brian Reynolds scores. Pittsburgh 43-62. Milwaukee is 57-48. Cardinals over the Cubs 4-3 in doubleheader game 1. The Cardinals are 56-48. Chicago's 41-62. Dodgers over the Giants 5-3. Dodgers 72-33. San Francisco 51-55. Athletics over the Angels 8-7. Oakland 41-66. LA 44-61. Rockies over the Padres 7-3. Colorado 47-61. San Diego 61-47. Phillies over the Nationals 5-4 in 5 innings. The game got called off because of rain. Philly 57-48. Washington 36-71. Mets over the Braves 6-4. Big win for the Mets. They're 67-38. Atlanta 63-43. Astros over the Guardians 6-0. Astros 69-38. Guardians 54-51. Rays over the Tigers 6-2. Rays 56-49. Detroit 42-65. Blue Jays over the Twins 9-3. So best bet was a loser. The Blue Jays did it by themselves. They're 59-46. Minnesota's 55-50. Cardinals over the Cubs 7-2 doubleheader game 2. Cardinals 57-48. Chicago 41-63. Rangers over the White Sox 3-2. The Rangers are 47-58. Chicago 53-52. And the Royals over the Red Sox 7-3. The Royals are 47-64. Boston is 53-54. All right, the games for today. You have the Marlins at the Cubs at 2:20. We don't know who's going for Miami, and Justin Steele's going for Chicago. I don't think this game is posted yet, and it's not. But maybe I'll look at the Marlins in this one as a dog. 7 o'clock, you have the Pirates at the Orioles. Mitch Keller and Dean Kremer. Orioles minus 158, Pirates plus 134, over under 8.5, minus 110 each way. Pirates plus 1.5 is minus 146, Orioles minus 1.5 is plus 122. I like the over. Mitch Keller improving as a pitcher, but I still don't trust the Pirates bullpen or even the Orioles bullpen at some points. Nats Phillies, Josiah Gray and Kyle Gibson. Phillies minus 198, Nats plus 166, over under 9, overs minus 106, unders minus 114. Nats plus 1.5 is minus 115, Phillies minus 1.5 is minus 104. The Nats run line isn't a bad pick, so I'm going to go Nats plus 1.5 is minus 115. Braves Mets, Ian Anderson and Taijuan Walker. Mets minus 148, Braves plus 126, over under 8.5, overs minus 105, unders minus 115. Braves plus 1.5 is minus 160, Mets minus 1.5 is plus 130. For this one, I like the under. I think this is a good, bounce back spot for Ian Anderson, and Taijuan Walker's been good this year. Astros Guardians, Framber Valdez and Hunter Gaddis making his debut. Astros minus 198, Guardians plus 166, over under 8.5, overs minus 106, unders minus 114. Astros minus 1.5 is minus 118, Guardians plus 1.5 is minus 102. I'm going Guardians run line plus 1.5 minus 102. That is ridiculous. They're 44.4 according to ESPN Analytics. Rays Tigers, Corey Kluber and Brian Garcia. Rays minus 220, Tigers plus 184, over under 8, overs minus 112, unders minus 108. Rays minus 1.5 is minus 126, Tigers plus 1.5 is plus 105. I like the over. Corey Kluber's been okay. I don't trust Brian Garcia. 8 o'clock, you have the White Sox at the Tigers. Dylan Cease and Glenn Otto. White Sox minus 180, Rangers plus 152, over under 8, overs minus 105, unders minus 115. White Sox minus 1.5 is minus 105, Rangers plus 1.5 is minus 114. I like the over a lot. and I mean a lot. Red Sox Royals, Josh Winkowski and Zach Greinke. Red Sox minus 116, Royals minus 102, over under 9, overs minus 118, unders minus 104. Red Sox minus 1.5 is plus 132, Royals plus 1.5 is minus 160. I'm taking the Royals minus 102 to win outright. They're 51.9% to win according to ESPN Analytics. Reds Brewers on Apple TV Plus. Robert Duggar and Eric Lauer. Milwaukee minus 240, Reds plus 198, over under 9, minus 110 each way. Reds plus 1.5 is minus 102, Brewers minus 1.5 is minus 118. I'm going to go with the over because I think this is a bounce back spot a little bit for the Brewers offense. Blue Jays Twins. Jose Barrios and Tyler Mahle making his Twins debut. So Barrios back in Minnesota. The Blue Jays are minus 126. Twins are plus 108. Over under 8.5. Overs minus 138. Unders plus 102. Blue Jays minus 1.5 is plus 132. Twins plus 1.5 is minus 160. Under. This is a revenge spot. A remember me spot. Going a narrative play here. Although the Twins are a nice underdog. 52.7. You know what? I'm sorry. Never mind. The Twins are 52.7 to win according to ESPN Analytics, and they're plus 108. I have to go with the Twins. Although I do think the under is a good play. Twins in the under, but the Twins are the pick. 8:15 Yankees Cardinals. This is a good series. Nestor Cortez and Dakota Hudson. Yankees minus 154, Cardinals plus 130, over under 8.5, overs minus 120, unders minus 104. Yankees minus 1.5 is plus 102, Cardinals plus 1.5 is minus 122. I like the under. I think Nestor Cortez will pitch well as he's done all season. And I think Dakota Hudson will pitch well. I think this is a good spot for Dakota against a slumping offense. So I kind of like the under here for the game. 9:30 Rockies Diamondbacks. Herman Marquez and Madison Bumgarner. D-backs minus 134, Rockies plus 114, over under 8.5, overs minus 104, unders minus 118. Rockies plus 1.5 is minus 182, Diamondbacks minus 1.5 is plus 150. I like the over. Angels Mariners at 10. Patrick Sandoval and Robbie Ray. Mariners minus 215, Angels plus 180, over under 7, overs even money, unders minus 122. Angels plus 1.5 is minus 125, Mariners minus 1.5 is plus 104. Over. Although Patrick Sandoval's been really good this year. But over. And last but not least, for tonight, the Padres and the Dodgers. Sean Manaea, Tony Gonsolin. This is a big test series for San Diego. I understand there's a big gap between the two. But still a test. Dodgers minus 162. Padres plus 136. Over under 8.5. Overs minus 122. Unders even money. Padres plus 1.5 is minus 154. Dodgers minus 1.5 is plus 128. I'm going to go with the under. I think Sean Manaea and Tony Gonsolin will both pitch brilliantly. All right, Saturday's games. 1 o'clock, doubleheader game 1. Braves-Mets. Max Fried, Max Scherzer. So the battle of the Maxes. 2:20 Fox Sports 1. Marlins-Cubs. Pablo Lopez and Drew Smyly. 4 o'clock, doubleheader game 1. Angels-Mariners. Luno's going for the Angels and Chris Flexen's going for Seattle. These games are probably makeup games from the start of the year. 5 o'clock, you have the Pirates at the Orioles. JT Brubaker and Austin Voth. 6 o'clock, so you have the Nationals and the Phillies. Patrick Corbin and Ranger Suarez. Astros Guardians. Luis Garcia and Cal Quantrill. Rays Tigers. Shane McClanahan and Garrett Hill. 7 o'clock, you have the White Sox at the Rangers. Michael Kopech and Dane Dunning. Giants Athletics. Carlos Rodon and Adam Oller. Doubleheader game 2. Braves-Mets. Jake Odorizzi and David Peterson. Odorizzi making his Red Sox debut. Red Sox Royals. Nathan Eovaldi and Daniel Lynch. Blue Jays Twins. Udon's gone for Toronto and Dylan Bundy's gone for Minnie. 7:15 on Fox. Reds Brewers. Nick Lodolo and Aaron Ashby. And in most of the nation, So pretty much everybody outside of Ohio and Wisconsin, Yankees Cardinals, Domingo Germán against former Yankee Jordan Montgomery. I mean, I wish it was Montas against Montgomery because it's only fitting, but I think it's fitting that Montgomery's going up against the guy who's pretty much in what should be his spot in the rotation. 8 o'clock, you have the Rockies and the Diamondbacks. Antonio Senzatella and Merrill Kelly. Padres, Dodgers, Mike Clevenger and Andrew Heaney. And doubleheader game 2 at 10 o'clock. We know it's going for LA, and George Kirby's going for Seattle. Sunday, 12 o'clock on Peacock, Astros, Guardians. Christian Javier and Tristan McKenzie. 1:30, Pirates, Orioles. Bryce Wilson, Spencer Watkins, Nats, Phillies. Corey Abbott and Aaron Nola. Rays, Tigers. We know it's going for the Rays. Matt Manning's going for the Tigers. Red Sox, Royals, Cutter Crawford and Brad Keller. Reds, Brewers, Hunter Greene and Corbin Burns. 2 o'clock, Blue Jays, Twins. Kevin Gausman and Chris Archer. By the way, Reds, Brewers, and Red Sox, Royals are also 2 o'clock games. 2:15, Yankees, Cardinals. Frankie Montas and Adam Wainwright. 2:20, Marlins, Cubs. Jesus Luzardo and Adrian Sampson. 2:30, White Sox, Tigers. Lucas Giolito, Spencer Howard. 4 o'clock, you have the Giants at the Athletics. Logan White, Ben Wheeler's going for Oakland. 4 o'clock as well, Angels, Mariners, Reed Detmers, and Marco Gonzalez. Braves, Mets, Spencer Strider, and Jacob deGrom. Rockies, D-backs, Jose Urena and Zach Davies. And Sunday Night Baseball, you have the Padres at the Dodgers. Yu Darvish against Tyler Anderson. So, it should be a very interesting weekend ahead. So we'll see what goes down. WNBA, we'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to today and the weekend. Sun over to Mercury, 77-64. The Sun are 22-10. Phoenix is 13-19. Jonquel Jones, 14 points. Phoenix leading their Skylar Diggins-Smith with 16. And the Wings over to Aces, 82-80. The Wings, 15-16. Las Vegas, 22-10. Tara McCowan, 21 points and 16 boards. And Chelsea Gray at 28 for Vegas. All right, tonight, 7:30, you have the Sparks at the Dream. The Dreamer favorite by 4.5, totals 157.5. I'm taking the Sparks getting the points. I don't know if they'll win outright, but I think they'll cover. 8 o'clock NBA TV, you have the Mystics and the Sky. The Sky are favored by 5.5, totals 159.5. I like the over. I think this is going to be a higher scoring game than the number suggests. So I'm going to go with the over. Saturday night, 8 o'clock NBA TV, you have the Fever at the Wings. And then Saturday night, 10 o'clock on NBA TV, you have the Liberty at the Mercury. Sunday, 1 o'clock on ABC, you have the Sun at the Sky. And then the latter half of the doubleheader, you have the Aces at the Storm. It's Sue Bird's last regular season home game, which is crazy. And the last day of the regular season is a week from Sunday, the 14th. So the WNBA season isn't around for much longer. Also at 3 o'clock, you have the Sparks at the Mystics on Sunday. And then 7 o'clock on Prime Video, you have the Dream at the Lynx. All right, Major League Soccer. We will talk about the weekend slate ahead. So tonight at 10:30, you have Vancouver hosting Houston. Vancouver winless in their last 5. Houston, 1 win in their last 5. They're 11th and 12th in the standings, respectively, 2 points apart in the standings. Vancouver's plus 110, Houston's 2-1, draw plus 240. I'm going with the draw. a busy Saturday ahead. At 3 o'clock on ABC, you have Atlanta hosting Seattle. Atlanta 1 win in their last 5. Seattle winners 2 of their last 3. Atlanta minus 105, Seattle plus 230, draw plus 260. Atlanta is 12th in the East. And Seattle is 7th in the West. I don't understand the hate for Seattle. So I'm going to take them actually to win outright. Plus 230 is a nice underdog. 7 o'clock you have Charlotte hosting Chicago. Charlotte plus 15, Chicago 2-1, draw plus 230. Charlotte is 7th in the East and Chicago is 10th in the East. They're 2 points apart in the standings though. And these two teams are pretty even in my opinion. So I'm going to go with the draw at plus 230. 7:30 you have CF Montreal hosting Miami. Montreal winners of 3 of their last 5, and Miami's won 2 of their last 5. Miami is 8th in the East, and Montreal is 3rd in the East. Montreal minus 185, Miami plus 410, draw 3-1. For this one, I'm going to go with over 3.5 goals at plus 184. Columbus is hosting NYCFC. Columbus winners, so they won 2 of their last 5, and NYCFC won 4 straight before drawing in their last match. NYCFC is 2nd in the East, and Columbus is 6th in the East. 12 points apart in the standings, though. Where did that go? Here you go. Columbus plus 140, NYCFC plus 160, draw plus 240. I'm going with NYCFC on the road plus 160. DC's hosting the Red Bulls. Each team has only won 1 match in their last 5 and lost 3 of their last 5. So these two teams are in similar little slides. Red Bulls 4th in the East. Washington, or DC, is last in the East. DC plus 210, Red Bulls plus 105, draw plus 250. Red Bulls bounce back spot plus 105. I like the Red Bulls here on the road. Cincinnati hosting the red-hot Philadelphia Union. The Union have won 5 straight after being in a little bit of a slump. Cincy, 4 draws in their last 5. Philly's first in the East, Cincy's 9th. Philly's the team to beat in the East right now. I was skeptical of them, but they're good. Cincy's plus 180, Philly plus 125, draw plus 240. Philly at plus money's a steal. I'm taking it at plus 125. Orlando hosting New England. Orlando, 5th in the East. New England is 11th in the East. But Orlando has a negative goal differential. Orlando plus 110, New England 2-1, draw plus 250. I'm going with the draw. I think New England hangs around. 8 o'clock, you have Nashville hosting Toronto. Toronto 13th in the East. Nashville is 6th in the West. Toronto is plus 280. Nashville's minus 125. Draw plus 270. For this one, I'm going to go over 3.5 goals at plus 192. 8:30, Kansas City's hosting the Galaxy. The Galaxy's 9th in the West, and Kansas City is 14th in the West. The match is taken off right now. On FanDuel, but I'll go with the Galaxy if they're plus money. 9 o'clock, you have Austin at San Jose. San Jose's lost 3 of their last 4. Austin has won 3 of their last 5, but the one of the wins came in their last game, and which were preceded by a loss in the draw. Austin is second in the West, and San Jose is 13th in the West. So, Austin's obviously been a team all year that has exceeded some expectations. San Jose is minus 180. Or Austin's minus 180. San Jose's plus 370. Draw plus 330. I'm going to go over 3.5 goals plus 126. Colorado's hosting Minnesota. Colorado winners 2 of their last 3. Minis won 3 of their last 5. Minis third in the West. Colorado is 10th in the West. Minis minus 145. Colorado plus 320. Draw plus 280. For this one, I'm going to go over 3.5 goals again, plus 172. Salt Lake is hosting LAFC. LAFC's red hot. They've won 4 straight. Salt Lake, 1 win in their last 5. LAFC first in the West. They have the most points in the league. Philly's catching up, though. Philly's a better goal differential, so if you could argue Philly's a little bit better right now. And then Salt Lake is 5th in the West. The game is not posted here, but LA Galaxy's probably favored. So if the over 3.5 goals is plus money, I'll go with that. Next up, last but not least, 10:30, you have Portland hosting Dallas. Portland's drawn 3 of the last 5. The other 2 were wins. And Dallas has won 2 of their last 3, with the loss coming most recently. Dallas is 4th in the West, and Portland is 8th in the West. Well, they're tied for the last playoff spot with the Sounders. Dallas is plus 210, draw plus 240, Portland plus 110. I'm going to go with the draw plus 240. All right, now I'm going to recap last night's NFL Hall of Fame game. It was an interesting game, to say the least. I had my first bad beat of the year with took under 30.5, but wasn't meant to be. Raiders come out on top, 27-11. So first quarter, Daniel Carlson 32-yard field goal, 3-0 Las Vegas. And then another Carlson field goal, 55 yards, 6-0 Vegas. Second quarter, Amir Abdullah, former Lion, touchdown run, 13-0 Vegas. Then it was 1:34 left at the half. Jarrett Stidham, 12-yard rushing touchdown, 20-0 Vegas. Third quarter, 2:10 left. Elliott Fry, 46-yard field goal, 20-3. Fourth quarter, Austin Walter, 8-yard touchdown run, 27-3. And then the bad beat kicked off the season. Nathan Cottrell, 5-yard pass from Kyle Sloter. And Cottrell runs it in for the conversion. 27-11, the final. As it was Chris Collinsworth and Mike Tirico on NBC. So, Jarrett Stidham started the game 8 for 15, 96 yards, 73.2 rating. Nate Pullins 8 for 11, 72 yards, 90 rating. And then Chase Garbers, 4 of 6, 35 yards, 81.9 rating. Jacksonville, Kyle Sloter, 127 and a touchdown, 79.9. But starting the game was Jake Luton, 10 of 17, 94 yards, 74.1 quarterback ranking. So there's a couple big name players in there that played, including number 1 overall pick Tavon Walker, who got a sack in that game. And then out of names on the Raiders, Josh Jacobs played 5 for 30 on the ground. And 2 for 14 receiving. Foster Moreau, 1 for 10 receiving. And Malcolm Butler played. Or no, Matthew Butler. I thought it said Malcolm Butler. My bad. But nobody of significance played on defense for the Las Vegas Raiders. So the official week 1 of the preseason will begin on Thursday, August 11th. So, we'll get to that on the Thursday podcast next week. All right, golf. We'll go over the leaderboard for the Wyndham Championship, and your leader right now, co-leaders with a score of 9 under, John Ha and Brandon Wu. Third place with 9 under is Ryan Moore. Fourth place with 7 under is Sungjae Im. Tied for 5th with 6 under is Lucas Hodges and Michael Giljic. Tied for 7th with 5 under, Brian Stewart, Cam Piercy, Aaron Weiss, Austin Smotherman, Ben Coles, Kevin Tway, and Joo-Hyung Kim. Tied for 14th with 4 under, Anirban Lahiri, JT Potson, Ryan Brem, Taylor Moore, Cheng-Sun Pong, Rafa Cabarabeo, Kramer Hickok, and Jason Duffner. Tied for 22nd with 3 under, Vincent Whaley, Brian Harmon, Zach Johnson, Matt Trainer, Sam Ryder, Davis Riley, Bryce Garnett, Mackenzie Hughes, Siwoo Kim, Adam Scott, Scott Stallings, Ryan Henley, and Brett Druitt. Tied for 35th with 2 under, Doc Redmond, Max McGreevy, Charlie Hoffman, Brendan Todd, Chester V, Tyrell Hatton, Keith Mitchell, Harry Higgs, Rory Sabatini, Jared Wolf, Bo Hogg, Peter Malnati, Nate Taylor, Kyunku Lee, Robert Streb, Alex Mully, James Hahn, Adam Putnam, Sodi Kodiara, and Matthew Neesmith. Tied for 55th with 1 under, Adam Shanks, Stefan Yeager, Doug Im, Harry English, David Lingmerth, Martin Laird, Hank Lebiota, Sung-Hoo Kang, Jason Hadley, Henrik Norlander, Sam Piercy, Patrick Rogers, Hayden Buckley, Adam Svensson, Vincent Taylor, Davis Lipsky, Christian Ziedenhout, Russell Knox, Sebastian Munoz, Stuart Sink, Lucas Glover, Joel Dahman, Brett Horschel, Aaron Ray, William McGirt, Chris Stroud, and Blake Mesha. Tied for 82nd at even, Scott Brown, Lucas Donald, Kevin Chappell, Tyler Duncan, Davis Love III, Richie Wierenski, Chad Raby, Roger Sloan, Mark Hubbard, Andrew Novak, Joshua Creel, Chris Goddard, Dolly Vanderwalt, Kelly Kraft, Shane Lowry, Taylor Pendrith, Joaquim Herman, Jonathan Bird, Callum Tarrant, Benjamin Griffin, Joseph Brumlett, and Yannick Paul. Tied for 104th with 1 over. Just going to go through notables because of time. Camilo Vegas, Michael Thompson, Webb Simpson, Patton Kazir, Will Zalatoris, Cam Champ, Ben Martin, Harold Varner III, Dylan McCarthy, J.J. Spawn, and David Skins. Tied for 118th with 2 over, Kevin Strillman, Adam Cook, Ricky Fowler, Justin Lauer. Tied for 127th with 3 over, Taylor Gainey, Justin Rose, he was my pick, bad start. Garrick Higo, Kevin Kisner, Corey Connors, Brandon Hange, Nate Hardy. 134th with 4 over, Nate Watney, Andrew Landry, Wesley Bryant, Matthias Schwab, Dylan Wu, Paul Barjan, Matt Wallace. Tied for 143rd with 5 over, Seth Reeves. Tied for 147th with 6 over Cam Thompson. Tied for 150th with 7 over Bo Van Pelt. And 153rd with 10 over Sepp Straka, withdrawing Jason Day, Adam Long, and Brian Gay. Alrighty, now move on to NASCAR. 2 races this weekend, Xfinity and Cup. Xfinity's tomorrow, 3:30 on USA for Michigan. Should be an interesting race. These odds are brought to you by DraftKings. So, for this race, the New Holland 250, I'm going to go with John Hunter Nemechek at 15-1. I don't think I've picked him all year in the Xfinity, so I'm going to go with John Hunter Nemechek at 15-1 to win Michigan. And the Cup Series, Sunday, 3 o'clock on USA. The Firekeepers Casino 400. For this one, there's 2 odds that are staring at me. I'm going to go with the first one that caught my eye. Martin Truex Jr., 15-1. I've picked him a couple times this year. Let's go with Truex here, 15-1 to win the Firekeepers Casino 400. All right, now I'll move on to news and notes for today. Not a lot. There is a weather delay in the Hall of Fame game, which this game didn't get started until after 8:30. And that really was unfortunate, but they got it in. Luckily, we got to watch some football. Aaron Rodgers endorses psychedelic as he says taking ayahuasca helped him his mental health and led to back-to-back MVP seasons. So that's very interesting, and glad to see that Rodgers is doing well from a personal standpoint. And I wonder if that led to him wanting out of Green Bay. Chris Godwin's practicing today as he suited up for the first time since his ACL surgery. That's good news for the Patriots. Or I'm sorry, for the Bucs. God. I can't believe I just said that. Matthew Stafford to be limited as he's dealing with bad tendonitis in his throwing elbow and isn't expected to throw a lot in the coming days. Jonathan Huberdeau gets a big money contract extension. 8 years, $84 million, $10.5 million a year. That's insane of an extension. So, Calgary did really well in that Matt Tkachuk deal. Clayton Kershaw exits his start against the Giants yesterday. Hopefully he'll be okay. Bryce Harper is aiming for a September return to be back for the Phillies stretch run, so let's hope that's the case. LeBron and the Lakers are talking about an extension, and they had productive talks about the extension, so that's good news for the Lakers. Phillies released Didi Gregorius as he was hitting 181 since being activated off the injury list on June 5th. I'm not surprised they cut Didi. I think Didi went there because Joe Girardi was there. And ultimately, Girardi was fired. Didi gone. Miguel Cabrera undecided on his future. As he says, I don't feel well right now. Deontay Johnson signs a contract extension, $36 million for 2 years, that allows him to free agency after 2024. The Cubs and the Cardinals to play in London in 2023, June 24th and the 25th, so that's pretty cool. And the biggest news of yesterday, really sad, Brittany Griner found guilty as the Russian court finds her guilty of drug possession and smuggling. And she gets 9 years. As her defense team said, it will certainly appeal the sentence, as it should. They should just make a trade and send somebody back with Russia. Biden and Russia's leader have to discuss it out, and maybe Griner gets less jail time if she were to come back. I unfortunately don't think she'll get no jail time, but she might get some after doing a lot of thinking and whatnot. It's just really sad that she got hit like that with that big of a punishment for doing something that I don't think she realized was illegal in Russia. And there's a lot of politics involved with the Griner thing that I don't want to get into. But let's just hope that this gets resolved. And I don't think this is over by any stretch of the imagination. And as ESPN's TJ Quinn said, this is a closer step to getting her home here to the U.S. All right, last but not least, before Best Bet, I want to go over the primary result of Tennessee, which I forgot to get to earlier. It was the 5th district that we needed to get into. So your Democrat winner went uncontested, Heidi Campbell, and Republican, your winner was Andy Ogles, 36.9% of the vote. Beth Harwell came in second with 26. Kurt Weinstead came in third with 22, and it was 98% of the votes counted. So I was wrong. I thought Harwell was going to win that, but Ogles won, who was the mayor of Maury County. So that pretty much helped his cause right there. All right, now last but not least, best bet of the day, brought to you by FanDuel. Best bet has been in an awful slump over the last several weeks. Yesterday was a loser as the Blue Jays single-handedly pushed that game to go over, and I had the under. And I'm going to lay a half unit on a number I felt pretty decent about when I was going through the picks. And that is there's two that I really liked. So I'm going to go with under 8.5 Padres Dodgers. I'll go with the bigger game. And I'll lay a half unit on under 8.5. I think this is an under game. Josh Hader, you may see in this game. So I'm going under 8.5 at even money between the Padres and the Dodgers. All right, that's it for the show today. I'll be back on Monday recapping everything from the weekend, looking at everything going on Monday. I want to try to do MLB Power Rankings on the Monday show if I have time. So I'll have to come up with a theme for that as well. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.